Today concept name is object class. Today concept name is object class. Only definition object class. Object class is nothing but it is a predefined class in Java and it is a super class for every class we create in Java. It is a predefined class in Java. That means no need to tell introduction about object class. Already it is a defined class, predefined class. It is a predefined class in Java and it is a super class for every class we create in Java. Every class we create in Java and whenever you are taking new object, that time it will store the static information as well as non-static information also. So whenever you are taking any object or any function, if it is static, if you write a start key, it will treat as a start key. If you are not writing any start key, it will treat as a non-static. So it is a predefined class in Java and it is a super class for every class we create in Java. Whenever you are taking new object, that time it will store the static information as well as non-static information. Whenever you are writing the function, if you write a start key, it will treat as a start key. If you are not writing anything, it will treat as a non-static. That is the meaning of object class. Next I will show you example also. Next class string class. Next class string class. It is also predefined class in Java. It is also predefined class in Java and string class having some functions. Using these functions we can perform different operations only on strings. Only on strings. String class is nothing but it is also predefined class in Java and the string class having some functions. Using these functions we can perform different operations only on strings. Different operations only on strings. In string class we having some functions like equals. We can compare the two strings. If it is both are same, it will give true, otherwise it will give false. And the length, we can find out the length of the string. And the substring, we can find out the part of the string. And the index of particular character position we can get it. And the upper to lower, we can change to upper position to lower position. So caps to small and lower to upper. And replace, we can replace the single character. Replace all. Using this replace all, we can replace the single character or string. Using replace all, you can replace the single character or string. Replace is used for only for single character. Replace all is used for we can replace the single character or string. So today we will discuss object class and string class. Object class is very simple. I will teach you, I will show you, and the string class also I will show you. Right. First, we need to create the project. Before going to project, I will increase the size. So Windows, Preferences, General, Appearance, Color and Fonts, Java, Edit. I am giving size 16. Okay. Apply. Okay. Right. Go to Project Explorer. Take the new project, Java project. Click on Next. Project name is Hyderabad I am giving. Click on Finish. After creating project, we can get SRC and JRE. Right click on SRC. Right click on SRC. Take the new class. Class name is OBJ. Object class. Keep the mark public static void menu. Click on Finish. Now I'm writing one static function, other one is non-static function. Here I'm writing two functions. Observe carefully. Public static. I'm mentioning static. Public static void A. Function name is A. So bracket begins SYSO control space A. I'm writing another function. Public void B. SYSO control space B. Here I am writing two functions. So if it is static directly, we can write in main method. If I write B directly, it will show you error. Why? Because this is the non-static. If it is non-static, we need to create the object. How to create the object? Class name OBJ. OBJ O equal to new OBJ. So with the reference only we can write. So O dot B. So this is the concept of object class. Whenever you are writing any function, it will store the static information, non-static information. If you write a static, it will treat as a static. If you are not writing anything, it will treat as a non-static. That is the object class definition. So object class is nothing but it is a predefined class in Java. It is a super class for every class we create in Java. Whenever you are taking any object, that time it will store the static information as well as non-static information. If you write a static, it will treat as a static. If you're not writing anything, it will treat as a non-static. That is the concept of object class. Alright. Simple definition only. Next, string class. Go to SRC, take the new class, string class. str, string class. Keep the mark public static void menu, click on Finish. I'm writing.
Akhil?
Ask me.
Akhil, I mean, what is the exact difference? What is the exact difference between object class and other classes?
Object, no. This is not class. Just like it is a predefined class. That means whenever you are writing any function, it will treat as a static or non-static. It will identify. Whenever you are writing any function, it is static or non-static. How Java know? Using object class only. Okay.
Okay, so you're just giving a definition.
Whenever you are writing any function, if it is static or non-static, how it will identify? If you write static, here A, I am writing one function A. So here I am mentioning static. That's the reason it will treat as a static. It will treat as a static. Here a B function. Here I am not writing any static. So it will treat as a non-static. So object class is nothing but it is a predefined class in Java. It is a super class for every class we create in Java. So it will store the static information. Whenever you are writing any function, that time it will store the static information as well as non-static information. So if it is static or non-static, how it will identify? Using object class only. Simple definition. Already we discussed in the first class only. If you write static, so directly we can write in the main method. If it is non-static, we need to create the object. How to create the object? Class name, reference name equal to new class name. So with the reference only we can write. Got it? Sayed, static or non-static? Only just to if you write static, it will treat as a non-static. If it is non-static, if you write static, it will treat as a static. If you non-static, so no need to write anything. It will treat as a non-static.
Yeah, that I know. I just wanted to know whether object class is something different or it's just the same whatever we do,
Oh
whatever you
no,
have taught till now. That's why I just
just
wanted to got
no.
it.
Object class is nothing but just it is a predefined class. That means there is no class
Okay.
separate object class is there is no class. Just whenever writing any function, it will identify using this object class. That meaning. Okay, whenever
Okay.
writing any function, static or non-static, how it will identify using object class only. Right. Next, string class. I'm taking one string. I'm taking one string. Whenever writing string, it should be cap string. String is equal to life is beautiful. String s1 equal to life is beautiful. Next, life is beautiful. Now, first I want to use equals function. So control space s dot equals s1. It will compare the s and s1. Save, click on run. So false, both are not equal. Why? Because after is I gave double space. So that's the reason it is showing. That means it will concentrate on space also. I wrote two strings and I want to compare the two strings. If it is both are same, it will give true. But spelling is correct. But here I gave extra space. So that's the reason it is showing false. SYSO control space S dot length. We can find out the length of the string. Length of the string is just we need to find out. We need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, space 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Length of the string is 17. So if it is S2, if it is S1, 18. I gave double space. That means it will calculate the double space also. Space also. It will count the double space. I give double space. It will give 18. 18. So it will count the space also. Right. SYSO control space is that substring. We can find out the part of the string. Just like 4 to 12. 4 comma 12. After 4, 12 also. That means after 4, 12 also. What is the answer? Fourth character to 12 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4, space is. After 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is view. Answer is view. Save. Click on. After 4, 12 also. After 4, 12 also. After 4, 12 also. This is the 4 to 12 characters. Next, SYSO control space. S dot index of index to start with 0. Index to start with 0. If I write L, answer is 0. It is located in the first place only. SYSO control space. S dot index of S dot index of life. This is also 0. If it is string or single character, it will treat as a 0. SYSO control space is that index of life is beautiful, that is also 0. That is also 0. Save, click on run. L0, life also 0, life is beautiful also 0. 0 0 0. Answer is 0. Right. SYSO control space is dot index of, for example I am writing is. What is the answer? What is the answer? Sayed, what is the answer?
Zero, one, two, zero, one, two, three, 5.
Answer is 5. L is 0, I is 1, F is 2, E is 3, space is 4, E is 5. Right. Next, SYSO control space. I is dot index of I. This is 1. Sir, I is number of times is there in the string. So, which one it will take? First one only. I is 1. It will start with 0. L0, I 1. Answer is 1. Save, click on run. Right. SYSO control space is dot replace. In the place of old character, I am keeping new character. If it is only for single character, so L. In the place of L, I am writing W. Wife is beautiful. Wife is beautiful. Answer is wife is beautiful. Save, click on run. Wife is beautiful. And next, SYSO control space is dot replace all. In the place of is, I am writing very. Life very beautiful. Answer is life very beautiful. Next, next, SYSO control space is dot replace all. Here we can use single character also. In the place of L, I am writing W. So we need to take in double colons. If it is single character or string, we need to take in double colons. So it will. So we can replace the single character or total string. Save, click on run. Wife is beautiful. Next, SYSO control space is dot.
Okay.
Hmm,
And the last one you gave, you replace L with W, right? But you gave double quotes.
hmm.
For replace it has to be single quotes. For replace all it has to be double quotes, right?
Replace all. This is one replace all. Replace all.
Oh. So for I mean, if you make a mistake, then will it still consider or it will show error?
No, no, no. We can use replace all. So this one and the last one is same. So here I'm using replace. That means we can only, if it is replace, we can use for only single letter. Replace all we can use for single letter or string.
And
Single
what if you use double quotes?
replace all means only for strings. If it is single letter or
I know I got it, Akhil. I mean, I'm just asking is if you give replace with double quotes, will it show error or it will still execute?
just observe. Just if it is replace. If you use replace, there is only L. I'm writing W. That syntax is single colon. Replace all. Just I'm using replace also. Save, click on run. Wife is beautiful, life is life very beautiful. It is taking singular double are taking both singular double. We can replace, for example, life in the place of life. Yeah, anyone we can take. Replace or replace are both. Anyone we can take. If it is single letter or string, we can take both. It is taking. It is not showing any error. We can use anyone to upper. We can change to lower to uppercase. SO control space S2 dot to lowercase. To lower. Right. These are the string class functions. Save. Click on run. So string class also over. Simple. It's very easy. Next to index of, if it is not there, if it is not there, it will show you -1. For example, SYSO control space S dot index of Z I am writing. In the string S, Z is not there. So if I write Akhil is not there in the string. So it will give -1. Save, click on run. It will give -1. It will give -1. Right, this is a string class. Any doubts? Right, no doubts. Right. Next concept, exception handling. First, before going to exception handling, first of all, we should know arrays concept. Array. Array is nothing but it is a special type of variable which can hold the multiple values. Array is nothing but it is a special type of variable which can hold the multiple values. So this is array, for example. If you want to add anything to array, if you want to get anything from array, we will use index concept. Array index start with 0. 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 Array syntax, data type, array name, data type, array name equal to new data type, size of array. Simple, we can write into a equal to new into size 5 into a equal to new into 5, like we can write. So int a equal to new int 5, size is 5. So this is the array declaration. This is the array declaration. Array index to start with 0. Array index to start with 0. Right. Today next concept to exception handling. Today concept to exception handling. Exception handling. First of all, exception. What do you mean by exception? While writing the Java code, there are some chances the code which we have written can't executed by Java. So such type of situation is known as exception. Okay. While writing the Java code, there are some chances the code which we have written can't executed by Java. So such type of situation is known as exception. There are two exceptions available in Java. There are two exceptions. One is caught exception. Other one is uncaught exception. One is caught exception, other one is uncaught exception. Caught exception means while writing the Java code, if at all any missing go, Java will show you underline or into mark or error message. That is called caught exception. If it is showing underline or error message, we can alert and we can rectify the problem. So that is called caught exception. Next one, uncaught exception. While writing the Java code, if at all any missing or any error is there, it will not show anything. Simply it will sit to during execution it will not execute. That is called uncaught exception. So caught exception means while writing the Java code, if at all any missing Java will show you underline or error message. That is called caught exception. Uncaught exception means while writing the Java code, if at all any missing Java will not show you anything. Simply it will sit to during execution it will not execute. That is called uncaught exception. So if you want to find out uncaught exception, we will use try, catch, and finally we will use try, catch, finally. So where exactly we will use try? If you have doubt on any particular block of statements, just better to keep in try block. If you have doubt on any particular block of statements, just better to keep in try block. What is that error? We can get in catch block. What is that error? We can get in catch block. So finally at any cost it will execute. If it is try executing or not, catch executing or not, at any cost it will execute. That is finally try executing or not, catch executing or not, finally at any cost it will execute. Finally at any cost it will execute. So try, catch, finally. So where exactly we will use try? If you have doubt on only particular block of statements, we can use try block. If you have doubt on multiple blocks, that multiple times we need to write to try, multiple times we need to write catch, so program will be lengthy. So instead of try and catch, always we will use throws. In Java and Selenium, always we will use throws. In Java and Selenium, always we will use throws. Throws is nothing but it is a predefined class. It is a predefined class in Java. We can handle the thousands of exceptions at a time. We can handle the thousands of exceptions at a time. Throws is used for, we can using these throws we can handle the thousands of exceptions at a time. What is the drawback in try and catch? If you have doubt on only particular block of statements, we can keep in try and catch block. If you have doubt on multiple blocks, so that multiple times we need to write try and we need to write catch, so program will be lengthy. So instead of try and catch, always we will use throws. Throws is used for, it can handle the thousands of exceptions at a time. It can handle the thousands of exceptions at a time. Right. So program, I will write the program. Madam Satya Madam, do you remember these concepts? And repeating once again. Right, exception handling. Go to SRC, take the new class EX. Keep the mark public static void menu, click on finish. SYSO control space. Good morning. SYSO no need. And declaring one array. Enter A equal to new into size 4 A of 2 equal to 200, A of 4 equal to 400, 500. So SYSO control space I Java. So if I write, whenever I'm writing a script, if it is any missing semicolon or dot in bracket, if it is any missing, it will show you underline. That is called caught exception. That is called caught exception. So if it is showing underline, we can rectify the problem. So here I wrote only 2 lines. In that we have one caught exception. What is that? We have one caught exception. What is that? In the 2 lines, I have one uncaught exception. What is that?
int a equals new int 4. That one, that line.
What is that error? Just 2 days back we discussed, Syed. Nah, 2 days or 1
Yeah,
week.
that's what int bracket, and then you have put a. You should put int a bracket, right? That flower packet something.
No, that is not correct.
See, int a equals new int 4. That line.
No problem. We can write anywhere.
Oh, is it?
That is not problem.
Oh,
Problem is array index start with 0. Already I told you. So I give size fruit. It start with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. So enough. If you write 4, automatically it need to show error. But it is not showing an error. So this is called uncaught exception. Okay. Actual size I gave 4. But array index start with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. That is array size is over. If I write 4, it need to show error. But it is not showing. So this is uncaught exception. This is uncaught exception. So if it is uncaught exception, just keep in try block. Just keep in try block. Just keep in try block. So what is that error we can get in catch block? If I save, click on run, what is that error it will show you? 4 it is showing. What is 4? I didn't get. What is 4? I don't know. Index concept. So I don't know index concept. It is showing 4. I didn't get. What is the problem? So if you want clear console, just here we can use one method, e dot print stock trace. So this method is used for what is that error we can get in console very clear manner. So Java long array index out of bound exception 4. So Java long array index out of bound exception 4. So okay, I gave size 4 and it index start with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, it's over. Whenever I am writing a of 4, it need to show error, but it is not shown. So this is the uncaught exception. SYSO control space Tata. So finally at any cost it will execute. If I click on run, save, click on run, you can get 4, good morning, 4, Tata, bye coming. Where is iJava? iJava not coming. Why it is not coming? iJava not coming. Why it is not coming? iJava. Whenever the problem occurs, here it got the problem, so it will come to catch block. It will not execute remaining blocks. It will not execute remaining blocks. That is on logic. Okay. Whenever problem occurs, whenever the exception occur, then it will come to catch block. It will not execute remaining blocks. It will not execute remaining blocks. That is logic. That is logic. And second logic. This is the first logic. Second logic. Here I am mentioning size is 5. Here I am mentioning size is 5. If I save, click on run. If I run, so good morning, hi Java, bye coming. Tata is not coming. Why not Tata is not coming? Why Tata is not coming? So there is no exception. It will not come to catch block. I gave size 5. So 4, A of 4. Okay, there is no exception. So if it is there is no exception, it will not come to catch block. That is the logic. That is the logic. It will not come to catch block. There is no exception. It will not come to catch block. It will not come to catch block. So this is the exception handling class. Any doubts? Right. Yes, no doubts, I think. Okay. Next concept to dynamic handling file system. Today last concept to dynamic handling file system concept.
Akhil, throw.
Throws we always here also in this concept we will use throws. Always we will use throws. Next concept to dynamic. Just I will show you in the same class. Dynamic handling file system concept. We can get throws. I will show you. Dynamic handling file system. What is dynamic handling file system? First of all, we should know flat file. Flat file is nothing but it doesn't have any predefined format. It doesn't have any predefined format like notepad and test document. Whatever you want you can write it. There is no restrictions and limitations, so you can continuously it will take. If you write anything it will take continuously, so there it will not say any restrictions. So that's the reason we can say flat file means it doesn't have any predefined format. Whatever you want you can write it. So that's the reason we can say flat file is nothing but it doesn't have any predefined format. It doesn't have any predefined format. That's the reason we can say flat file means it doesn't have any predefined format. It doesn't have any predefined format. Examples: notepad or test document. Notepad or test document. So today concept to dynamic handling file system concept. If you want to create a new file in file system, create a if you want create a new file in file system. If you want write the data into the file in file system, if you want write the data into the file in file system, comma, if you want read the data from file in file system, we will use file system concept. Without going to drive, without going to E drive, without going to F drive, directly through code, we can create a new file in file system. You want, we can write the data into the file system. We can read the data from file system. For that, we will use dynamic handling file system concept. So we can create a new file in file system. We can write the data into the file in file system. We can read the data from file system. We will use file system concept. For that, we are using 5 predefined classes. One is file writer, buffer writer, file reader, buffer reader. File writer, buffer writer, file reader, buffer reader. So without going to E drive, we can create a new file. We can write the data into the file. We can get the data from file. So for that, we are using 5 predefined classes: file writer, buffer writer, file reader, buffer reader. These are the predefined classes. File is used for we can create a new file in file system. So file writer, we can write the data into the file system. Only if you write file writer, we can't write the data into the file system. Compulsory, we need to take the reference of buffer writer. Then only we can write the data into the file system. So if you write file writer only, we can't write the data into the file system. Compulsory, we need to write the buffer writer. Then only we can able to write the data into the file system. Next, file reader. If you want to read the data from file, we will use file reader. If you write only file reader, we can't read the data from file system. Compulsory, we need to take the reference of buffer reader. Then only we can able to read the data from file system. Right. Once again, I will repeat. File is used for we can create the new file in file system. File writer, we can write the data into the file system. We can write the data into the file system. If you write only file writer, we can't write the data into the file system. Compulsory, we need to take the reference of buffer writer. We need to take the reference of buffer writer. Then only we can able to write the data into the file system. Next, file reader. File reader is used for we can read the data from file system. If you write only file reader, we can't read the data from file system. Compulsory, we need to take the reference of buffer reader. We need to take the reference of buffer reader. Then only we can able to read the data from file system. Then only we can able to read the data from file system. That is the concept of dynamic handling file system concept. Here we are using 5 predefined classes. So how we can apply, how we can create, how we can write, how we can read. Now we can discuss. So we can create a new file, we can write the data into the file, we can read the data from file. We will use file system concept. Go to SRC, take the new class. Class name is file. Take the spell mistake. Already file is predefined class. Keep the mark public static void menu. Click on finish. File f equal to new file. Give the path. Where do you want? In the D colon. So whenever you are importing or exporting, we need to use double slash. Akhil.txt. Right. F dot create new file. We can create a new file. Next file writer fw equal to new file writer. New file writer. Give the path. Next, if you write file writer, we can't write the data into the file system. Compulsory, we need to take the reference of buffer writer. Buffered writer bw equal to new buffered writer. New buffered writer. New buffered writer fw. Okay, this is the logic. This logic purpose we are learning this concept. File writer fw equal new file writer, buffer writer bw equal new buffer writer fw. I am giving connection to both. So here file writer to buffer writer I giving connection. How I am giving connection? Buffer writer bw equal new buffer writer fw. This logic purpose we are learning. Why? Because if you write only file writer, we can't write the data into the file system. Compulsory, we need to take the reference of buffer writer. So that's the reason we are writing fw here. File change java IO. File writer come down. File writer. File writer. Buffered writer. Buffered writer java IO. Buffered writer java IO. Next, if you want to write anything, we will use buffer write reference. Buffer writer dot write good morning. I want to write next line. bw dot new line. I want to write bw dot write iJava. So I wrote. So if you want to hold the data, we will use flush. Flush is used for it can store the data or hold the data. Without flush, it cannot hold the data. Without flush, it cannot hold the data. Without flush, it cannot hold the data. Buffer reader, buffer writer. Buffer writer. So change it to buffer writer. Right. After writing the code, here why I am using flush, it can hold the data. Without flush, it cannot hold the data. Only after writing the code, compulsory we should write flush. Flush, it can hold the data. After writing the code, it is showing exceptions. How many exceptions it is showing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want to handle the exceptions, add throws declaration. Just keep the cursor on underline or error message just to add throws declaration. IO exception. So at a time it can handle all the exceptions. Throws is used for it can handle all the exceptions at a time. Once again I will show you. Just keep the cursor on underline. So add throws declaration. Automatically it will come. Just enter. So we can handle all the exceptions. We create a new file and we wrote the data into the file. Save, click on run. So go on to D drive and check it. It is created or not. Go D drive, Akhil.txt. Akhil.txt. Yes. Hi. Now good morning. Hi Java. So it wrote. So I don't want to go to D drive every time. I want to read the data. I want to get the data from file. So how to get the data from file? So next, file reader fr equal to new file file reader. File reader fr equal to new file reader. File reader fr equal to new file reader. File reader fr equal to new file reader. File reader fr equal new file reader. Next, buffer reader, buffered reader, buffer reader, buffer reader, buffer reader, buffer reader, br equal to new buffer reader. Br equal to new buffered, new buffer reader, new buffer reader fr. Buffer reader fr equal new buffer reader. So file reader Java IO, Java IO, buffer reader, Java IO, buffer reader, Java IO. Right. So here I want to use boolean. Data is available or not, I want to check. So boolean is used for data is there or not check. True or false it will give you. Boolean reference name b equal to br.ready. This method is used for data is there or not it will check. Ready method is data is there or not it will check. SYSO control space B. That means data is there or not it will check. If it is data there, it will give true, otherwise it will give false. True it is giving. That means data is there. So I want to get the data. So how to get the data? Here is this two line is C is not mandatory. If you want you can write it, otherwise leave it. No need. Just boolean. In future there is no chance to implement this boolean. Here we have one chance. That's the reason I wrote boolean. Next, while loop. While br dot ready, br dot ready. So this is the loop. Keep the curling bracket and store in one string. String is equal to br dot read line. Read the data. After reading, print the data. SYSO control space S. It can print the data. It can print the data. So flush compulsory, it can hold the data. File reader use it for we can read the data from file system. I gave path. Only if you write only file reader, it cannot read the data. Compulsory we need to take the reference of buffer reader. Buffer reader br equal new buffer reader fr. So here these two lines not mandatory. So if it is data is there or not, I want to check. That's the reason I am using here boolean. Boolean b equal br dot ready. Ready method is used for data is there or not, it will check. So I am printing here system.out.println b. Next I'm using while loop. How much data available I don't know. So that's the reason here I'm using while loop. So as long as condition being satisfied, it will execute. So there is no restrictions like 10 times 20 times. How much data is there, that much data it will execute. So that's the reason I'm writing while br dot ready. So string s equal br dot read line. It will read the data. SYSO control space. Yes, it can print the data. Save, click on run. True, good morning, hi Java. That is the concept. That is the concept to dynamic handling file system concept. Any doubts? Any doubts? Sayed, any doubt?
No.
Just practice. Just practice. Compulsory you should practice. Okay.
Yeah.
Before exams, we discussed this concept, I think, right? Your before exams. Okay.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Right. These concepts once practice it. If you do practice, then only you can remember. Otherwise, once again I need to repeat. It is very hard. Okay. Compulsory you should do practice, man. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
This is the today's session. I will stop the record mode. I will send you this recorded file. Keep it store in your desktop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will send you this recorded file. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Bye, Sayed. Bye, Satya, madam. Bye, Santoshi, madam.
Yes, sir. Yesterday's recording file also can you send, please?
Yesterday recorded file. Only introduction. Already this Syed just recent he is doing course, but he didn't practice. That's the reason. Once again, I am repeating the this classes. Once again, I am repeating. Yesterday class is right. Yesterday class and today class both I will send you, madam. Yesterday static properties, non-static properties, inheritance, overloading concept. Today remaining concepts. Okay, I will send you now only, madam. Through Skype, I will send you,
Okay.
madam. Okay.